Well, happy day indeed. Just know that I am coming from a campsite right now. I'm with the Boy Scouts of America, and we were camping this morning. I woke up at 5:30 a.m., got dressed, came down here, and I'll be heading back up to the campsite after I'm done here. So if I smell like smoke, I apologize, but I did try to get all cleaned up for this. So today we're going to be talking about something very niche in particular. There is this new thing called blockchain out there in the world, and it is starting to manifest as a serious asset class. We're starting to see corporations, businesses, investment firms, and even the government recognize it. So that being said, it's a very interesting time to kind of dive in and explore this technology. And today, the very first step of this technology would be to actually create a wallet so you could buy some and hold it, right? And so if that's the case, you're in the right place, because today that's exactly what we're going to talk about. We're going to do a little bit of theory about wallets, wallet construction, the different types of wallets, and then we're going to do a demo. And if you guys can keep up, hopefully you can leave with a test wallet today that we can play with. Okay, and we'll see if that can happen. Sometimes, depending on the crowd, it gets a little complicated, but we'll do our best. Okay, so let's see. All right, well, first, introductions to cryptocurrency and wallets. So understanding cryptocurrency wallets, there are hardware wallets, there are software wallets, there are paper wallets. There's a degree of security associated with each. The hardware wallet is something that is like a little device that acts like a key. And then there's a software wallet that resides on your computer that you would actually put a password in. And then there's a paper wallet where you would print something we call a seed phrase, and that would allow you to restore your wallet back up. And so this is like drinking through a fire hose. I know it's a lot of data all at once, but just know there are a variety of styles of ways that you can secure your crypto, and just know the hardware wallet is the upper echelon. It is the way you want to go when you're securing your assets, the hardware wallet. And then also you can do a paper wallet for cold storage backups. And we'll discuss the difference between the two. So, and the importance of all of this, why are we doing this, is because of privacy and security. Because we don't want to make a mistake when we're utilizing this new asset class and lose our funds. How many people have heard on the news about people losing their funds? It's all over the place, right? And they're losing their funds for the very same reason. They're all forgetting their password and their seed phrase, the two very things they need to gain access to the funds. Once those things are lost, you lose control. And since, well, yeah, I mean, it depends, because losing your seed phrase doesn't have anything to do with criminality, and losing your password doesn't have anything to do with criminality. We'll cover where that can insert itself. But if you lose those two things, there's no such thing as customer service. Why? Because what the truth about blockchain is it's a communication grid. It's a way for us to transmit data back and forth between one another. And it's so robust and it's so strong, we can actually store value on it and send value on it without it being corrupted. And so this is a really unique time. Yes, ma'am?
What are the two things you mentioned when you lose your password, and what else?
Your seed phrase.
Your what?
Your seed phrase.
Seed, how do you spell it?
S-E-E-D.
Oh,
seed, like a plant.
Did you say, and what's the
Seed phrase.
Phrase.
Yeah.
P-H-R-A-S-E?
Yes, so your seed phrase. And your seed phrase is a series of words, and that'll vary between 15 and 24 words. And what those words do is they make a key that bring you access back to your money, or back to your wallet. And what's interesting about the seed phrase is it has the ability to actually reset your password or bypass your security. So when we look at the foundations of creating a wallet, I want you guys to understand the seed phrase is paramount. Those words, when you get it, I want everybody to take a deep breath when you see those words. Go slow, and I want you to write them down, because remember, you're creating the backup that's going to get you back into your wallet. And I don't want to tangent too far off of that, but it is important to understand that difference. So private wallets are useful because you have full control of them. So I don't know about you guys, but sometimes if you've ever wanted to move money in your bank, depending on how much you have, you might have to wait 10 or 15 days and maybe sign some forms. And I've even been told, no, you can't do that with my money. You can't do that. We actually don't want to support that. And so we're not going to let you make that purchase. And I said, no, this is my money. I would like to whitelist this. And they say, oh, okay, we'll let you do it this time. And they'll whitelist me. So who has control of my money in that situation? Not me, right? I had to ask for permission. my own money, to have Coinbase move it. And so that's really odd, and we're starting to see those controls manifest themselves more and more as the economy gets a little tighter and we see a little more strife and inflation goes up and prices are getting more and we're not making more money and we see tension, and then we start to see these things kind of come into play. So the real simple thing is, do we think there's going to be a big problem? No. But why not have some funds put aside for a rainy day that are absolutely under my control, that are digitally liquid, that I can trade for value whenever I want, even if my bank closes? That's why we're here today. This is a rainy day fund. And it's a rainy day fund in one of the fastest growing asset classes in the world. So it might be a rainy day fund that turns into a retirement. You never know. So anyway, we want to make sure these wallets allow us full control of our assets. We went over the hardware, paper, and software wallets and their security differences. And then there's something called a hot and a cold wallet. Does anybody know what a hot and a cold wallet is?
Right there.
Okay, yeah, if you can read, you got it. So a hot wallet is a wallet that's connected to the internet at all times, and a cold wallet is actually disconnected, which means nobody can access it because it's simply not connected to the internet. So we like an air-gapped hardware wallet, right? It's offline, so nobody can hack it, and if they could hack it, they wouldn't even have the key to get into it. And the key is a SHA-256 hash encryption signature that you just can't break. And we've gone over number theory on this before. It's pretty darn tough. I'm not saying it's completely future-proof, but we also know that when technology changes, things adapt. And so I don't think blockchain's going to stand still while technology gets ahead of it. I think it's just going to roll with the adaptations. So we'll move on from there. Anyway, so setting up a private wallet. First of all, you want to choose the right wallet. There's different types of wallets. They have different amounts of seed phrases, and each network currently utilizes different wallets. So you can't build a Bitcoin wallet and hold Ethereum in it, and you can't build an Ethereum wallet and hold Cardano in it. And so you have to understand you need different wallets for different environments. There are multi-ledger wallets out there, but most of them are software-based. Some of them are hardware-based. But I found that there are some snags in those wallets, and you might build that wallet, use that wallet, but it's taking some of your interest from some of the yield that you would be accruing if you were to build a private wallet. And so I want to bypass all of that nonsense and just go right to the gullet and set up private wallets with you guys. So we're going to do a step-by-step guide for creating the wallet. And like we went over before, I really want to reiterate the importance of you guys managing your seed phrase. We're about to go into a demo. So I'm going to have you guys get out your phones if you have them. And we're going to go to a website and we are going to try to erect a wallet as quickly as we can. And I want to do this on the fly because it is a challenge. This is supposed to be hard. It's supposed to take you out of your comfort zone, but this is how the process starts, okay? So get ready. We're going to start to talk about these things in real time. Now with this wallet, you'll be able to send, receive, check the balance, view transaction history, and you can actually integrate with other services. All right, let's go to that now. Let's see if I can pull this up because I've had some. There it is. Okay, so there's our wallet. Now this is the Eternal Wallet, and you can do one of two things right now. If you have an iPhone, an Apple device, you can go to the App Store and you can type in ETRNL, look for that logo, and that will be the mobile app for the Cardano blockchain and their private wallet app. Okay? So let me know if you guys find it. Raise the hands of who's trying to follow along just so I know who to look for. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let me know if you have any trouble finding it. It'll have a logo like that at the top, and it's the Eternal Wallet. And you'll see in this wallet, I've actually set it up to where it already has $20 in it. Because you guys building these wallets, they're free. And they require no minimum. You can have any amount of money you want in them, and you can turn them on so that they generate yield, and they're just going to go, and they're not going to stop. If there's value in there, every 5 days after the 2 epoch vesting period, which is 10 days, 5 days per epoch, after that vesting period, you start generating returns consistently every 5 days. Okay? And this would be called a delegated or a staked wallet. And so that's what we're going to try and do for you guys today. All right, so if you click on the wallet itself, I'll just give you the anatomy of what we're looking at. This is highly intimidating, and that's why a lot of people will turn away from it. But like I said, I was motivated to learn this. And so you have a whole bunch of tabs at the top. You have your accounts, your transactions. It's got all the transactions from when I first set up this wallet in 2021. So it keeps an infinite record, which is really neat. No more looking through statements or asking your bank for a statement. It's all on blockchain and it's in your wallet forever. Very neat, right? That makes taxes easier as well. You can send from the wallet. You can swap. Yes, you can swap inside your wallet. So if you want to do an exchange into a stable coin, let's say something has pumped up, you can go into USDM, which is a stable coin, buy that coin, hold your value, the market calms down, you've secured your value, you rebuy in lower. This is a trading technique, but it does exist in the wallet, which is really neat. Most wallets don't have that. So you don't have to go to Coinbase and erect all these fees just to move your money around for value preservation techniques. Also, of course, you can receive your money, and receiving your money is as simple as hitting this share button and it generates a QR. You show that to anybody, they have the same wallet, they scan your QR, they sign the transaction, and the money is now yours. So going out with friends and exchanging money for meals is very, very easy now, and you don't have to do it through the bank. It's instant, and it will probably cost you less than 4 cents to do it. Okay, and over here, staking, this is where we talk about generating yield on the wallet. So these devices actually have the capability to apply those funds to work. And what they do is they validate themselves. They say, I am a coin in this wallet, and I'm looking for fraud on the network. If I see myself on the network, I know it's fraud, and it kicks it out. And so since your money is doing work validating on the network, you get rewards, or you get paid for that effort. So yes, I'm talking about the first autonomous job. All you have to do is hold your value in your own wallet and you start to generate yield. Nobody can stop it. Nobody can circumvent it. Nobody can cancel it out. And only you can change it with majority vote on the network. And I don't think anybody's going to change their vote to reduce their returns. And so that is staking on inside of your wallet. So once again, you're holding this wallet, but now instead of a wallet just having your balance, it's got all these capabilities that we've never seen inside of a wallet before. And so I know this is really a lot to go through. And then of course, voting. One of the most important problems we have in our country right now and around the world is possible fraudulent voting, or the concern of whether voting is valid. Well, if voting is on blockchain and everybody can view it and validate it, we solve a voting issue. And so these new wallets are starting to implement a voting platform that goes on chain to log your vote. So this, as you can see, the technology is progressing quite a bit, so you don't want to miss out on this. It's getting more and more advanced every day as they add more of these new utilities into it. And then, of course, you can connect your wallet to commerce. Notice this little plug right here. You can actually connect it to stores that are currently accepting cryptocurrency, and you can actually buy assets directly in the wallet through stores that are connected. And if your wallet's not directly connected, you can still port your wallet in and connect to a website and do commerce. So are you guys ready to build a wallet? You want to build one of these cool fancy wallets? Let's do it. So who has the app? Did you guys get it? Were you able to download it? Okay, so open the app and you're going to click at the bottom right hand corner. You're going to see the words that say mainnet. Do you guys see that? Mainnet right here. If you click mainnet in the bottom right, you're going to get a menu like this. I don't want you to build a real dollar wallet right now. You guys are new and you guys don't know exactly what you're doing, so I don't want you to make a wallet that carries real money. That would be silly and dangerous. And this is what a lot of people do. They don't practice before they actually do, and then they get stuck and they lose their money. What I want you guys to do is I want you to go do a pre-prod testnet. And that's going to move you like a train off of the tracks of what we call the mainnet, the real economy, and it's going to move you into a test environment called the testnet, where the money is not real and you can actually practice things. The cool thing about this is it looks exactly the same as the real environment. The wallets look the same, everything operates the same, you still have your dashboards, but now you can practice without sweating. Okay, because a lot of people are worried about hitting that send button or signing that transaction if it's going to go where it needs to go, right? This way you can actually practice. And so what I want you guys to do is I want you to go to the pre-prod, and then I want you to go add a wallet. Once you click add a wallet, you'll get these 4 squares.
I don't see that pre-prod.
At the bottom right, purple.
Is it the mainnet?
Yeah, so you touch mainnet, check it out now, and then hit pre-prod. So touch the mainnet purple button and then hit pre-prod. And why do I want you to build a test wallet first? Like I said, you gotta practice, you guys. You gotta practice. We're building things with our money, and we want to make sure we're practicing. So once you go into pre-prod, you click add a wallet. You'll see these 4 squares here. You're gonna click create a wallet. This is the process that just about every single blockchain and blockchain wallet will have you do. So we're doing it on Cardano, we're doing it on Eternal, but this process is the same. Sometimes the words will be less or more. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to name the wallet. Then you are going to give the wallet a spending password. Can somebody raise their hand and tell me what a spending password does? Anybody? Any guesses on a spending password?
By semantics, it would be the password you need to provide to actually spend money out of your wallet.
This guy's brilliant. And that's after attending multiple sessions. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so yes, that's exactly right. The spending password for this wallet is the password you need to put in to spend this money. And so a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know what my spending password is. It was the password that you made when you constructed this wallet. So you're going to name the wallet, you're going to type in a spending password, you're going to repeat it, and then you're going to make sure you write this down on a piece of paper. I made an Eternal wallet, the name of that wallet is this, and the spending password is this. And then you're going to number your wallet 1 through 24. Because after this screen, it's going to give you a warning. And I'm not going to go any further, but you guys are. It's going to say, hey, I'm going to provide you with 24 words. These words are the location to your wallet if you ever lose your password. And so when you do that, you're going to copy those 24 words on paper. Now for this demo, you guys can screenshot it. That's fine because it's a test wallet. But for any real wallet, you would never screenshot it. Never, 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 never digitize the words. You're going to write them down on your sheet with your wallet name, wallet password, and the seed phrase. This becomes your backup. What can you do with this paper if you ever lose your wallet? Let's say the phone you built the wallet on breaks. You can restore the wallet, right? This is a specific platform. We're talking about Cardano. Okay, yeah. And so, has anybody moved forward and are they trying to work on those words? Yeah? Not yet?
I have mine from the last time.
You have yours from last time. Okay, perfect. So we've done this before. Last time the group kept up. They made all these wallets. We were sending money back and forth. And so we're basically just going over that again because practice makes perfect, right? It's really important we really understand this at a deep level. So you're going to put in that wallet name. You're going to put in that spending password. You're going to get those 24 words. You're going to put that all on a sheet. And that becomes your backup so you don't lose your money. If that phone breaks, if that computer breaks, you get that backup. You click on Restore Wallet, and then you hit 24 words. You put in the 24-word seed phrase from that sheet, and if you've done it correctly, your wallet will come back, regardless of password, regardless of hardware, offline cold storage security. The seed phrase will bypass all security and allow you back into that wallet, and then guess what it's going to do? It's going to say, hey, what do you want the new password to be? So if that's the case, how important is your seed phrase?
Pretty important. Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Once you've gone through this process, giving you the seed phrases, you've written them down, do they offer a way for you to validate an existing set of seed phrases without having to have the wallet destroy itself before you get a chance to make sure you transcribe them properly?
No. In fact, if you put in the incorrect words, you will get a zero balance wallet.
So there's no way to test if you transcribe the words properly?
Yes. Well, once you write down the words the first time, it's going to have you put them in again. It'll say,
that's what I
yeah. So it does that in the building process. Yeah. But in the restore process, you know you have your backup
You
already.
see
It's
my
confirmed.
messy handwriting there.
Yeah, please write it neatly. Yes.
It's like case sensitive too.
Yeah, case sensitive too. Everything and in order, right? So if it's word number 6, make sure that's the 6th word. And I tell people to pre-number the sheet. You know what I've had people do? They go 1 through 24, and then we look at their numbering, and they actually forgot a number. They were going so fast. And then when they write the words down, they're missing a word. And somehow they remember the word when they did the seed phrase, but then when we go back to their backup, it doesn't work. So I want you guys, part of the protocol of building a private wallet is to do this, and nobody does this, nobody. Once you put $5 in that wallet, you destroy that wallet. You destroy that wallet and you erase it from everything, and then you use your backup, only your backup, and you test if that wallet comes back with that $10. When that happens, you've officially created a verified backup. You are not going to lose your money. You've tested it, and now you can load it up. With how much money, you say? Well, there's some of these wallets have $90 million in them, $1 billion in them, and they're open in public. So you know if those get hacked, you have a little while before they get to whatever money you're holding. But those will be the big targets, and so those are the flags of worry. Right now, Satoshi has a wallet with like $90 billion or something like that in it, and it's a public wallet. It's there, and if anybody ever tries to hack a wallet, which wallet do you think they're going to try and hack first? They're going to go for his, right? So the big targets will go first. You'll get plenty of warning if this technology is ever compromised, and so don't worry about that. You can store your value in there, offline cold storage with your backup, and if you have a solid backup that is on steel, and I teach you guys how to put your backup on steel, because don't put it on paper. Paper's fragile. Paper can get wet, paper can burn. If you're going to manage your money, and it is going to be your life supply, and you want it to grow and be passed on to your family, you want to create solid, durable backups. A lot of ways that people lose their money is they make that backup, they test it, they destroy the wallet, they rebuild it, they put that on a piece of paper, stick it in their drawer. I got my backup, I'm good. Then 6 months goes by, they kind of forget about the process. A year goes by, they train their phone out, they get a new phone, and they forgot their password, and they lost that paper. So if it's on steel, it's much easier to identify, and it doesn't easily get thrown out as a random piece of paper. Okay, if it's on steel and in an envelope and in a file, you're not going to accidentally discard it. So I want you to treat your backup like gold, because it quite literally is access back to your money. There is no customer service. Yeah.
That's a great idea. I've never thought about that. I got mine just sitting in my cassette.
Yeah, please. Get it on steel. There's these things they sell online. They're called crypto steels. You can get 15 for 12 bucks. And you get a little inscriber pen. That's another $15. And you just write every word on steel. And then you stick it in your safe. They're fireproof. They're bulletproof. And you will get access to your money. What's that? Crypto steel, Amazon. Yeah. And usually I bring some and I hand some out. But I didn't have any. I ran out already.
I might enter a character to get suggestions.
What's that?
The bottom note, it said enter a character to get suggestions.
Yeah, you can do that.
Put it right there?
For which one? For your seed phrase?
Yeah.
So what it's doing is it's asking you to fill in those words that they just showed you.
So
Yeah.
I apply it right here?
Apply it right there and they'll
go in there?
populate into one. Correct. Yep, you got it. But you just have to have all those words done. And so whoever gets their wallet done first, if you guys can pull up your QR, I'll send you 1,000 coins.
How much is each one?
Winner gets 1,000 coins.
The test account.
It's a test account. But it is cool to walk around with that. Yeah, bragging rights. I did it. So guys, really the fundamentals of all of this is what? Right now we're basically realizing that our money is being devalued in a way. It's being printed. And if you guys think for a moment about what money represents, it represents our lifespan, the lifespan that we spent at work, away from our friends, our family, and doing what we love. But we do that happily for an exchange of value, right? So we trade our life, a little bit of our time, for some value. And right now what's happening quite literally in the world with the US dollar is you're working and you're getting value, and then they're printing more of the dollars, which is devaluing the money you're carrying. This quite literally translates into your life being stolen. The goal is to preserve our value or to grow our value, not to allow our value to diminish while we hold it. Last year, if you were holding the American dollar, you lost 7.8% in inflation. So you lost 7.8% of your lifespan that year that happened. And so if we take that seriously and we realize that that is important, we want to preserve our value, plus we want to be able to pass it to our children. Where are we going to store it where it's safe, where we're in control of it, where we can do that? And blockchain is starting to manifest itself as a great location to have a little bit of backup money, something that you can pass to your family over time. And it's a great growth market because right now blockchain is growing at about 200% on average per year since its inception, which is the fastest growing asset class in human history. The ETF that launched for Bitcoin topped out 8 years of the performance of gold's ETF that launched 30 years prior. So it's moving faster and more aggressively than anything, even gold. So that being said, learning how to construct these wallets and capture some of these fixed supply assets is probably a big deal. Okay, does anybody have any questions? I know it's a lot, guys. This is crazy stuff. What's up?
No, it's kind of late to the topic. What's some of your preferred blockchain?
I really focus on old school thinking when it comes to value and value preservation. So the rules of value has to have a fixed supply, right? So if we can print something over and over and over again, it loses value. So Bitcoin has a fixed supply. Cardano has a fixed supply. Okay, so these are among the only 2 blockchain networks in the world that carry fixed supply, that are fully decentralized, that allow self-custody and yield at the same time. Everybody else requires you to send your money, lock it up, or there's fees, gas fees, front running, non-fixed supply. You guys, it's taken me a long time to weed through all of this to figure out what looks like it'll preserve my value versus what won't. And so I do Cardano, Bitcoin. And I started out on everything. And then I started realizing, wait, the fees were high on here. Wait, that locks my money for 2 years. If I get slashed, I lose value here? And once I started to go through the motions with everything, I realized some networks just treated me better than others. And so Cardano so far treats the user and their value the best. Okay, so that's why I use it. And I think most people should too. Yes, ma'am.
What are your thoughts on this guy who wants to pay, I think it's like the government authority, to allow him to dig up his lost drive or something related to his Bitcoin?
His Bitcoin? How much is it? How much did he lose?
Like $500 million.
Yeah, $500 million. This is what's happened all over the place. A lot of people, I did it. You guys, I remember my brother, he sent me a miner for my laptop, and I hit that miner and walked away. The laptop broke, I threw the laptop away. The miner had been running for 2 months, and I think it was giving away 26 Bitcoin every day when we were doing it. But I didn't know any better. And so I threw it away, moved. Like, there's no hope of me ever finding that. But many people have done that. They say there's 21 million Bitcoin on the algorithm that will ever be generated, but they feel like many have already been lost. Maybe up to 2 million have already been lost completely. So
there's no way he's ever going to, unless they...
if he finds that drive, or if he can find the password, or if he can find the seed phrase, any of those crumbs could lead him back to the money. But without alpha data, like serious data, like passwords and seed phrases, it's like a little girl holding a bow and arrow on the surface of the earth trying to hit a molecule somewhere in the Milky Way. She just doesn't have the power. It's just not going to happen in her lifetime. So, you guys, that's building wallets in a nutshell. I know this is mostly theory and value preservation, but I do host a boot camp and where we sit there and we tooth and comb this in much more detail because it is important. Some of these things we can't go through quick enough to really have you guys satiate the value and understand what it is. So, let's see. One of the big things to do is if you do have these asset classes, please start to get a little bit more involved in your finances, meaning do regular wallet updates, avoid common security pitfalls. So, scenario, you build a wallet here, you want to buy something, you sit down at your terminal, you're making your purchase, you're getting ready to sign, and you type in your password, you hit send, signature went, you got your product. Where was the security flaw? Where was your risk?
Typing in your password.
Typing in your password. Okay, this is why we use things called hardware devices, because they prevent man-in-the-middle attacks. There are things called ledgers and trezors and different devices that are
Basically a YubiKey?
kind of like a YubiKey, but not really, because it actually signs a digital signature. A YubiKey has a stored digital signature that doesn't change. This one can re-sign and sign different things over and over. Yeah, so very similar, but good call. So let's go over that again. So you sat down, you plugged in your wallet to a store, you made a purchase, you typed in your password, man-in-the-middle attack says malware on your computer, somebody keystroked you, and now they have the password to your wallet. This is a risk. How do we beat this? Hardware device. What happens? You plug in your wallet, you go to buy what you're going to buy. The transaction is packaged and sent to your hardware device. And then you sign on the hardware device that transaction and send it back to your computer signed, and then submit it. No password is ever revealed. No exposure to any of your security is ever revealed. And it prevents the man-in-the-middle attack. They've actually done tests on this where these computers were whacked out with malware. They had everything. Everybody's watching, and they couldn't decode it once it went through in this fashion. Meaning, if you're going to interact with this technology, please, please, please build your wallets, build your backups, destroy your wallets, test your backups, and then get hardware devices to submit and sign transactions. Anything else is a risk. And this is why most people lose their money in blockchain. This is why the narrative of, oh, I'm being hacked or I've lost my money, they're not following the rules of engagement. This is a new arena. It is a new asset class, and there are new rules of engagement. Yes?
Question about the hardware key. With YubiKeys, you can set them up to expire. You can remotely disable them in case they're lost. Stuff
Correct.
Like that. Or some of these sort of consumer side keys, like you just mentioned.
So you can actually train your Trezor to be a YubiKey as well.
Well, I'm asking a question. Could I, if it gets lost,
Sure.
could I go in and disable it remotely?
Same thing. So let's say you've lost your YubiKey. Let's even better. It got destroyed, right? Totally destroyed.
I'm more worried about somebody else using it.
Okay, so somebody steals it. So you have time before they try to hack it, because it has the signing ability on it. And so I actually watched a video. It took the guy 3 weeks, and he was sending different surges through to try and trigger the action. And he actually did get that thing to spit out a signed signature.
Brute force attack.
Yeah, brute force attack. And so he was able to do it, but it took him 3 weeks. And it was random.
$500 million
Yeah.
in the wallet.
And it was random, so he couldn't do it. And he had to have the actual device with the answer on it. He didn't randomly guess. The device was on there, and he tried to trigger the correct response through surging the circuits. So these things can be hacked. It's highly technical. It's luck and time, which means you know you've lost it. You get a new one. You build a new wallet. You move the money before it gets hacked.
So you have to actually move your wallet.
Yeah, that's all you would do is you would take your backup, buy a new hardware device, reprogram that seed phrase into that wallet. Your wallet comes back up.
And the entire blockchain moves with the wallet, so you don't lose anything.
And then that device he has is useless. So there are ways to do this, but you have to understand the protocols, you have to be ready to act, and you have to be trained to do so. And that is a lot to swallow when you consider that nobody even understands what a basic wallet is on the blockchain. So I think in order for this to proliferate in any kind of meaningful way for the retail consumer, we have to do a big education push.
Yeah.
So share with your friends what's going on, talk to them about their money, talk to them about value, talk to them about storing it safely, and get into the boot camps and learn how to intimately interact with this blockchain, because it's growing everywhere, you guys. 200% per year since inception is no joke. Nothing even comes remotely close. Why? Because we have the technology for the speed of adoption, right? We have AI, we have global networks, we have internet that comes right from space now with Elon. So there's nothing stopping the proliferation and adoption, the mass adoption of this once people start to understand it. And if big businesses, corporations, retirement firms are getting it, we should probably get it too, right? They know what they're doing. They're pretty smart, right? They do a lot of research, and now they're buying it by the billions. I think 200 billion entered Bitcoin over the past 10 months. 200 billion in 10 months. That's really fast, you guys. So if they're buying aggressively, we should try it too, right? That'd be fun. Let's get in on the party. So, okay, guys. Well, we did the hands-on demo, and we went over the security. So the last step is, guys, join a boot camp. What I've done is I've given you just a sliver of how it kind of works, what it is, but we really do need those 4 hours of sitting there, building your backups, doing the printouts, destroying the wallets, showing you how to rebuild that wallet. Once you've practiced that in the test environment, I say farewell, do what you wish, And then you can start to approach other blockchains with this knowledge and erect your private wallets, move your value from Coinbase into a private wallet, and start to leverage your value independently, which is why blockchain is here in the first place. So if that sounds interesting to you guys, sign up for a boot camp, and I'll see you guys in there. But that's all I have. Any questions?
Really good presentation.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Super exciting stuff, right?
See, I finally did make it.
You did. Thank you. I appreciate that.